YeahThatsLeeEverettYT, you guys. Sorry I'm late. Just got off of work, ate a little bit, yada yada yada. Series finale review. Let's go. The episode altogether was a lot more. It wasn't as ferocious as I thought it would be. If anything, it felt a little suboptimal compared to the other episodes we've had before. Like just throughout the whole season entirely. Like this last season, series finale. This last episode was a little underwhelming for me, and I know in my previous Walking Dead video, I was giving like my opinions on who I thought was gonna die, and I was only right about one of those characters, and that was Rosita dying. And honestly, the way the episode went, they really didn't have to kill her. Like, I think this episode would have still been great, if not better, if they left her alive. Like, yeah, she went crazy saving Coco and stuff, and I thought she was going like to die when she got like when the horde came on top of her and stuff and she broke out. But for them to just kill her like that, it didn't. It bothered me. Like towards the end of the episode when I was just watching her like in bed saying her goodbyes and stuff, and then she was like the last person she spoke to was Eugene. I got a little teary eyed. It was a little bit of a tearjerker. My heart kind of sunk in a little bit. Like, I don't hate her as a character, but I do enjoy her when she comes on screen. So for them to kill her off in the last episode just really didn't sit right with me. Like, they could have kept her alive. They really could have. It would have been nice to see her there, with Eugene, to see Eugene's kid with Max and stuff, and just be there with Gabriel. And it bothered me. That really bothered me. And then Luke dying. I did not expect that. That was completely out of ballpark. I did not expect him to die. I thought he would have made it too. And what threw me off was how the walker threw him. That I thought it was a person, but I mean, it might have been a person. I might have been wrong, but as I'm watching it, that walker was like, ugh, and threw him, and I was like, when did they do? I thought it was a person who threw him, and then he got bit in the leg, and I'm like, dang, y'all couldn't cut it off like y'all did for Herschel, or like y'all couldn't cut the leg off, cauterize it. I mean, I know there was like walkers coming in the hospital or whatever they was held up at. I do, however, appreciate the cameo to the beginning of the series when the walker had the rock and was bashing it against the window. I immediately thought of that when Rick and them was in that little like clothing store. That was pretty dope. The walkers in the first half of the episode, they seemed a lot more ferocious, but then towards the second half, it was just real dull. Like it didn't have the same energy. For a series finale, as I said before, very underwhelming for me. I was not too happy about that. I am happy that Ezekiel, Carol, Connie, I'm glad that none of them died, because I would have really been upset. Like, Rosita was already like I was on the precipice of just like, yo, because when Eugene got up after like laying down with Max or whatever, and he was talking to her, and I was sitting there and I was like, she looked kind of pale. And then Eugene was like, when did it happen? I'm just like, no, bro. I was sitting here, I was like, no. And you're like, and then she got bit in a place where it couldn't even. Like, if I was there, I would have just been like, you know what? You're gonna have to take a little chunk of flesh out your back, but you'll be fine. Like, I feel like even when people get bitten in places like here or whatever, well, she got bit towards her back, they could just like take a knife and just kind of just cut through. Like, if they were to like to make her pass out or something, put her in anesthesia or whatever, make her like go to sleep, they could have just cut that piece off and just let it heal over. I mean, it might have been permanent tissue damage, but it would be better than her being dead. And then, I'm glad none of the kids died either. Judah's alive, Herschel's alive, I'm happy for it. However, I'm upset that Pamela isn't dead. I'm kind of upset that she's alive, just in the cell. Like, for me, she had to go, and they didn't kill her. Like, how are you gonna kill Rosita, not her? Like, that didn't sit right with me either. And then overall, it didn't feel like a final battle. Like I said before, underwhelming. That last episode just didn't. It wasn't as hyped as I was going to be. I was happy, however, that the episode was an hour long. Very happy about that. Very thankful for that. Because I was like, if this is a series from now, it needs to be a girthy episode. So that hour plus was great. It was great. I love the Rick cameo at the end where he's like having a flashback of everyone. You know, we got my boy John Bertha now, and then you got the actor that played T-Dog. You got Andrea. Just, man, that really, like, watching that part of the episode just really, it took me down memory lane, because it's been a while since I rewatched the Walking Dead series. Like, I watched the Walking Dead series altogether probably 3 or 4 times now, but it's like, I don't know, it's just going back through it like that just really hit home with me. To see Rick, you know, was writing down to, you know, Judith and RJ, and I think Daryl too, but I'm not sure, but I know he was writing to his kids. And then it's just like Michonne's still out looking for him. Man. And then when they were saying goodbye to each other at the end, that really got me, that got my heart going too. Like, my heart sunk in a little more with that. You know, the way Daryl and Carol are just hugging each other and stuff, saying their goodbyes, and Carol was like, "You're my best friend." I was like, keep the tears in, Lee, keep the tears in. So, I'm glad that Eugene got a good ending. I'm glad that Max didn't die. You know, Eugene deserved it. He got his own kid now. My boy Eugene living it up. I was upset that Maggie didn't forgive Negan. I was really hoping that she would. But then again, at the same time, I can understand it. But it's like, I like Negan a lot. So it was like, just for it just bothers me that she didn't forgive him. Like, she's, you know, learning how to work with him, and she wants to forgive him, but she can't, and I understand it. So maybe that will turn around in their spin-off series. I'm upset that Melissa is not going to be in the Daryl spin-off. They did change that. They said that eons ago, but still bothers me. She might make an appearance later like Rick did, you know, later on down the line, but it sucks knowing that she's not going to be there in it. What else? Yeah, like, overall, I would give that series finale a 6 or 7 out of 10. It definitely could have had better, like, parts in it, like parts that could have been tweaked, but overall, it was okay. 7 out of 10. It was okay. I wish there was more, like, urgency. Like, Pamela got taken down, if you can even call it that, way too easily. There was little to no Walker threat for me. Like, after like the first 10-20 minutes or so, it kind of just dissipated. There was no real threat. It was like, just, I don't know, it just wasn't what I was expecting. However, that's it for the main series. And I think that's the part that bothered me the most, that the main series is done. Over. Just about everyone got their happy ending. I read on Twitter somewhere that Elijah was supposed to die. Like, it was a spoiler sheet, and I only read like the first couple, then I backed out. But someone was like, "Oh, Elijah dies and becomes one of the Walker variants. He's clearly alive at the end of it." Glad Lydia's alive too. She deserved it. I wish her and Negan would have had an interaction though in that last episode. I still get this like father-daughter vibe from them both. So that kind of bugged me too. I would have added that in there. I would have changed Rosita getting bit because I was stupid. Definitely more Walker action in there. Like, we didn't really get to see much of the variants besides like, well, 1 or 2 times, and that's really it. Like the Walker with the rock, and I think that was it. Yeah, we didn't. That was like probably the only variant that we was able to depict, like, to visually see as the viewers. So I would have changed that. Let's see. wish Daryl and Connie had more moments in this episode as well. I don't think we're going to see Connie again until probably midway through the Daryl spinoff, because I do believe with the Daryl spinoff, he's going to be going back to visit the Commonwealth, if you can even call it that. That's what it's called anymore. I do believe Daryl will come back, and we can get to see some of those characters that aren't going to get spinoffs. You know, we can see, Carol at some point. We can see Jerry and Gabriel and Eugene and Ezekiel at some points within those spinoffs. I still would like to know how the Negan and Maggie spinoff started. Like, there was no real hint or whatever. I'm still choosing to believe that Herschel gets kidnapped or something, or Negan's wife gets kidnapped and like they're looking for them. I still think that's what it's going to be, but we won't find out until next year, because all of the spinoffs start next year. I heard the Negan spinoff starts off in March of next year, but I'm not too sure, because I know Fear the Walking Dead is going to be picking up around February-ish, since the main Walking Dead series is over. There was a rumor going around that Rick might make an appearance in Fear the Walking Dead before his spinoff starts. I still don't know if the 3 movies with Rick are up in the air. I heard that they've been shut down for the spinoff. So that's yada yada. Let's see. But overall, like, I still am bothered that the main series is over. Like, The Walking Dead has been around since 2010. I grew up on it. Like, The Walking Dead is the one thing that truly makes me happy. Like, when people say, like, what makes you happy in life? The Walking Dead. The entire Walking Dead universe. And if you're new to the video and don't know, my name is Lee Everett. I am named after the character of the game. I love The Walking Dead. It truly makes me happy. And the fact that, yeah, like, I know we're getting spin-offs, but the main series just has a special place in my heart. Like, I'm not going to be able to see John Berthenell play as Shane again, and I really want to spin off with him so bad. I really do, but we're never going to get it. Like, there's just certain characters that can't come back. It sucks. But, Fear the Walking Dead, beginning of next year. The Negan spinoff is at the beginning of next year. It was rumored that the Daryl spinoff might be towards the end of next year, maybe fall of next year. I'm not too sure, but I know they want to focus on Fear the Walking Dead and Negan and Maggie. So there's that. Just, yeah, like, I'm grateful for The Walking Dead. I love it, everything about it, the actors. I love it all together. So thank you, Robert Kirkman, everyone else down at AMC Network, Walking Dead Universe Studios, all of it. Thank you for making the best thing ever for me. And I can't wait to see the new Walker variants and the spin-offs as well. Because if you remember in World Beyond, you got that zombie that was semi-speed walking or whatever. And now you got these climber variants. I'm all for it. So let's get it. You guys can leave your thoughts and stuff down below. I'll be going through them if anyone chooses to comment on them. And thank you for watching.